YouTube, what up, people? It's your boy, Guy in a Truck, coming at you from Illinois, Illini, the Fighting Illini. So this video is going to be real quick. I just wanted to say what's up. It's been a couple weeks, and the reason it's been a couple weeks is because I've been doing kind of local stuff for a direct shipper, and that's what this video is about. We're kind of coming up, I think, out of the bad rate market, the lows. Not too much as far as dry van, but coming out of the winter, and hopefully, at least from what I'm seeing, it's looking like the rates are getting better. But anyways, all of us as owner operators, this is something we should do, and so I'm set up with a couple local direct shippers, and we have contracts with them. So like in their seasons, like right now it's flower season, and it's coming to an end. Flowers are, which is why I'm going to be hitting the spot market again soon. But being set up, going out there and cold calling, or it's not even like sales calling. It's just saying, hey, calling their logistics departments, wherever you live, find some good shippers that do seasonal stuff, produce or flowers or whatever you haul. Try to find some good shippers that contract with a lot of different owner operators, or that don't and that would, and try to get set up with them, and just whenever give them a call or email them, ask them if they have anything, or build that relationship with them. And so we're set up with a few different flower shippers, the direct shippers. So today I'm on this load from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Chicago. It's a few stops, pays $1,300, and it's like 450 miles, 480 maybe total after the stops. So if you break it down, it's comes out to be I think somewhere in the 250 range total, a mile, $2.50 a mile. So that's pretty darn good. That's better than you're going to get on the spot market, running 500 to 800, 400 to 700 miles a day. Right now, at least, it's what it should be, but it's not, and it hasn't been. So, and sometimes you have things like I have a wedding coming up, so I'm not able to. I have to plan my schedule accordingly. So, being set up with this local direct shipper, not only puts more money in my business's pocket, and a better rate per mile than the spot market, but it also gives me that flexibility of if I ever need to kind of run local and try and be home at night for a few days or a couple times out of the week, that they're there. It is seasonal, but it's at the right time. Coming out of the winter market is rough, man. So I've been doing this for a couple weeks now with these flower loads, and they're a little bit more of work, but it's worth it to me. You're more profitable. So yeah, but all it really is, and you may know, just pulling carts basically off the truck onto a lift gate, lowering them and pushing the carts of flowers to the customer, and the customer giving you empty racks, and you come back empty. So you leave with a preloaded trailer like I did at 4 o'clock this morning, and then I'll be back around, hopefully 3, 4 in the afternoon, and then, try to get another one in, and then I'll be done for the week, go to my wedding, and I'll be hitting the spot market next week again, because the flowers are really starting to slow down as far as it being in peak season. It's kind of slowing down. So I'm gonna hit and I noticed that the spot market is picking up a little bit, and so I gotta get back out there. But anyways, two reasons why. It's obvious. Everyone knows that being set up with the direct shipper is going to always be better than working with a broker. I mean, they're the middleman. They have to charge a fee for that. They have to get paid for what they do, and some try to get paid too much, for what they do. But nonetheless, I'm not going to judge. It's a business, and it has to be profitable, just like we're a business, and we have to be profitable. But some of the brokers out there are just absolutely ridiculous, and some are great. And they remove that responsibility of being set up with a direct shipper, and because that relationship between you and that shipper, like if they email me or call me or text me, I'm gonna, even if it doesn't pay that great, I'm probably gonna take it, because I know that it's gonna be better than the spot market, and I'm building a relationship that hopefully will last my business career or whatever, that where if I am in a pinch or if the rates are bad, I can give them a call or email them and say, hey, you got some loads for me, for a couple months or a month or a couple weeks. And if I have that relationship built with them, where I would, at any time they would call or email me, I would take a load that they needed to move. Moving it for the direct shipper is so much more beneficial than a broker. A broker, unfortunately, some of them do, but unfortunately, that you're not their priority. They don't really, I hate to use this word, but care about you. As they still, the smart ones will build a positive relationship with the owner ops, but most of them do not. They just want to move that load for the best price possible, because they know it's going to move. Someone's going to take it. And whereas when you work with the direct shipper, it's more of a traditional business relationship, and it's not like working with a broker. They don't necessarily. You give them the price that you need, and they understand that. That it is what it is, and you're not paying for a middleman. So before I get off track, this video is very short, and really I just wanted to make a video because I haven't made a video in a while, and I also felt like, what could I make a video about? Well, what have I been doing for the past couple weeks? Running basically local, so about 400 miles this trip is, and I made $1,300 for the day running flowers. So that's what I've been doing. So I figured, dude, to me, I would want to see a video about that. I would, even though it's common sense that obviously, working with the direct shipper is always going to be better than working with a broker. But I'm just trying to make a video on how to be how to sustain the down markets and be flexible with the markets, because any market is up and down, whether it's real estate, trucking, or any business. You're going to have ups and downs where, sometimes it pays great and sometimes it pays horrible. So to have those direct shipper contracts set up already and in place, it makes it so much more sustainable for an owner-operator to withstand that market, the good and the bad times. Because the rates are typically with the direct customers aren't necessarily directly correlated to how the market and everything else is. They do stay pretty consistent with the market, but not like the brokers. The brokers will use things like, they'll say we've been moving it for $400 or $800. Like the same load, they'll try to tell me they've been moving it for $800 or $700, and the spot market on the load boards, but yet I got it for $1,300 right from the shipper, and that's probably what they're getting. And then they'll put it on the boards for, you know, a few $100s less and make that. So in a down market where everything was paying shitty, and you're constantly moving freight for what the brokers are putting it up there for, like what I just said, you're lucky to average, you know, $1.80 a mile. So that becomes more difficult to sustain to be a profitable business. I mean, you still can do it, and most are doing it, and I was doing it, but it's been nice this past, you know, couple weeks having these flower loads that pay a great rate, and building that relationship with the direct customer is so beneficial, and that's what I wanted to make this video about. Not necessarily about, you know, getting $2.50 a mile in a market that's asking for, you know, shit, you're lucky to get $2 a mile. So that's, you know, another thing to add to that is that sorry, I'm going through a couple of different trucks right now. You know how ill Chicago is. But what was I gonna say? Brain fart. Trying to focus. But yeah, being set up with the broker or the shippers directly is always going to be somewhat. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is the capacity. So that, you know, you like one owner operator, or with an owner operator with one truck, it's hard to meet like direct ship. Like you go to a shipper and they want like 5 to 10 trucks capacity. Not necessarily to be set up. You can set up with anyone, but to ever get like any business, it seems like to get consistent business, you know, like every day getting an email saying, hey, this is what we got. Surely you can get it from brokers every day, but from a direct customer, a direct shipper, it seems to me that they want, which makes sense, they want capacity, you know, owner operators with a fleet, you know, that can help them move their customers' freight when they, you know, seasonally, versus just a one owner operator. You're not as available, you know, you can only do one load, and then you have to do your hours of service where you have 5 trucks moving. You can constantly have a couple loads going for them, and it's just more reliable having a larger capacity for them. But it's not always the case. Like this direct shipper, they deal with tons of owner operators during the season. So what I'm noticing is, you know, obviously seasons in trucking, try to follow the seasons, you know, and you know, during the winter it's going to be tough. So if you can get set up with a direct shipper to try to sustain that the down market, then do that. I highly recommend you to do that as soon as possible. Just get set up. Just go to them, or find their go to their place of business, or call their logistics supervisor, or even call the general office and try to get just tell them you're a trucking company and you're trying to talk to their logistics personnel, and just try to you know, be creative and get in with them and build that relationship over time. Do good work for them. Treat their customers really well, and even if it takes a year for that to come around, you know, eventually they're going to hear that someone's gonna talk and say, you know, that whether it's you or everyone, that they're providing a great service, and that makes them want to continue to work with you. So, and obviously that gives you more negotiating power when you provide a good service and work hard for people, you know, because then otherwise, you know, you really have no negotiating room if you're their last resort, because based on the service, if you provide a bad service, it's not good. But anyways, this video's ended up being longer than I expected. I just wanted to make this and suggest that, you know, if you're an owner-operator, or if you're even thinking about one, really start to build those relationships with every single, you know, receiver that you deliver to, and I'm telling this to myself too, because just being set up with a few, you know, seasonal shippers isn't necessarily gonna, you know, be that consistent, but it definitely helps. For the past couple of weeks, not using my trailer and running power only for them, and getting paid more than I was on the spot market, and being more profitable with my own, leasing my own trailer, and running the spot market. So I highly suggest and recommend any of you to start, you know, really building those relationships, get set up with as many as you can, and build that relationship and be successful, and withstand the down markets, and not have to succumb to the brokers' horrible rates. Don't get me wrong, I work with a lot of brokers, and some of them are absolutely great to work with, but most are not. And you know, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was somewhat helpful, and go get them, you know, go get them direct customers, and start, you know, building a more profitable business. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to do another video soon, booking a load on the spot market again live. Hopefully that works out. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.